Hey guys, welcome back to the Skyline Acres channel. We are glad to have you here, and if you like rural content and messing with tractors and anything living the rural lifestyle, think about giving our channel a like and subscribe. But anyways, here today, I've kind of been showing the four-wheeler a lot here lately, I feel like. It's just that time of year. So what I'm doing today, it's a Monday evening after work, and we have cut our first cutting of hay about a week or so ago. And what I'm getting ready to do is I'm getting ready to go out here and spray our hay field. And that is where the four-wheeler comes into play. Alright, that's better. I got the water off. So anyways, guys, what we're doing is we're spraying a broadleaf weed killer on our hay field. If you don't do this kind of thing, your hay fields just get full of weeds. And I'll leave it at that, especially when you're trying to sell it and stuff. The point I want to make on this video is to show you guys with small acreage that a lot of this stuff can be done with an ATV or side-by-side, a four-wheeler, whatever. In this case, I got a four-wheeler. But so we used to, I think once or twice, I had the co-op come out and spray our field. And the field I'm getting ready to do today is 8 acres. And I'm also going to do our pasture behind us, and then a couple other little spots too. But what I'd like to do this evening is just that 1 8-acre field. But we used to have the co-op come and do it, and the problem was they do a great job, but you know, to the small people, they push you back until when it just works for them. It might not be the best timing for weeds and so forth, and it's expensive and that kind of thing. So I know several years ago when we've used the four-wheeler now for probably 5 years making hay. But before that, the getting the co-op out here, it was about, at that time, I have no idea what it is now, but at that time I want to say it was like $430 to do this 1 8-acre field. And like I say, I don't know what it'd be now, but anyways, I know that with the four-wheeler, I figured it up once, and I don't have the exact numbers, but it's about a quarter of that, maybe even less, when you figure out the exact amount of product used, because you can, any product you don't use, you can just save it till next time. But when you figure out the exact amount of product used, get the dollar amount on that and different things, it's about a quarter. I think it was less than $100 I could do the field. So that's why we do it, and it works really good. The only other really thing to tell you about is I'm going to use, I've put another video up when I did the fertilizing with our tractor with the 3-point hitch broadcast spreader, but I use a free app on my phone called Farmers Field Navigator, and it's basically a GPS app. It's a farming app. It's made for farming, or you know, it kind of looks like the stuff real farmers use, where you go in and put in your implement width and so forth, and it paints the field green where you've been. So what this is, it's called a Boomless sprayer. So instead of a boom like you would see on a tractor or something, they do make these for four-wheelers, but a boom that's real long and stuff, these are boomless. I kind of recommend it. I mean, for a hobby farm, I don't see any reason to go any different. So what you do, the reason I'm parked here anyway is I had to replace, this valve was leaking. This thing's old, probably 5 or 6 years old, and the valve was leaking, so I had to put a new, basically from here up is all new. Sure, the reason I'm parked on the gravel, I wanted to show you all the setup, but I also I just got water in it right now, and I want to make sure I have the nozzle screwed on in a manner that it's putting equal amount of fan on both sides. So anyways, how you do this is the nozzle stores like this, and you pop it out. Anyway, so this pops into here, And yes, it holds up. Like I said, this thing is pretty old. So, but see how that nozzle, yeah, it's you screw this nozzle on and it's got a cutout there, and I just need to make sure that the cutout is even to where it's shooting out even on both sides. So anyways, let's give it a try. I will say this thing, it's advertised to spray 14 feet wide, so that's pretty daggone good. So let's see what we've got. The way you turn it on, there's a little switch over. You hook up your alligator clips, obviously, and I got a little switch down here that comes with it. Let's see what we got here. Oh, whoops! It actually cut off because I don't have the valve on. I have the valve on for this, and I'm not spraying. If I were to hit that, it would spray. Let me cut it off. I don't want to get wet. But you turn this valve on. Okay. Now let me cut it on. Alright, so you can see that's what it does. It looks like I need to make it spray more over here. And I'll get a tape measure out too. But anyways, that's what it does, guys. I know you can't really see the stream, but it works exceptionally well. There you go. The only other really thing I was gonna say was, I was talking about taking notes earlier, and you know, guys, I have notes on everything. I have a note app on my phone, and I'll go in there and I'll do probably more of a write-up for each thing than I need to, but I'll put how much fertilizer I used, what speed on the tractor, what hole on the broadcast spreader I was on, did it work out or not, and so forth. And in this case, I know that this sprayer with the four-wheeler running at like between 5 and 6 miles per hour, this sprayer will put out 10 gallons in 1 acre. And I just know that. And this is a 26-gallon tank. So what I do is I'll take the product I'm using and I'll mix an acre's worth of mix in 10 gallons of water. And then I'll put another acre of mix and bring the water up to 20 gallons. So basically I'm mixing 2 acres worth in 20 gallons of water, and it works out great. But I know all that stuff, guys. I immediately know what speed I need to travel, all that stuff from those notes. So anyways, I don't know, maybe helpful tip. I'm gonna get adjusting this nozzle, get this straightened out, and we'll get to spray in the field. Guys, so I went through and made that adjustment on that nozzle. And as you can tell, I moved to a new spot. There's the old spot. And right there you go. And let me flip the camera around and show you. All right, so I got it flipped around. And I measured it again, because I haven't measured it in a few years, because you have to put that measurement in the app, in the GPS app. But that thing throws, right now that measurement's 16 feet. With that GPS app, when you run out in the field, you can just pause the app and, you know, just go right back to where you ran out at. So it's really easy, and I mean, it really doesn't take any time to do it. So small acreage, it's a win. So let me get this filled up and I'm gonna start spraying. Probably not gonna really have any footage of that, I mean, because I don't really have, all I really have right now, guys, is my phone. So I am going to get you guys some better cameras and different stuff, but I don't have it right now. So I wanted to make sure I was going to enjoy and stick with the YouTube thing, which it seems like I am. Guys, well, it's now a couple hours later. I've got the hayfield sprayed and feeling pretty good about it. Everything went good. I tell you guys, this is a great way to do it. You know, there's all different ways that you can spray. I'm not saying that this is the right way, But I will say this is a way that has worked for me for, gosh, 5 or 6 years probably at this point. I figured it up. So it's costing me $12.30 per acre to spray. So, you know, you can kind of take those numbers and put them into your application, but you know, it definitely is cost effective. And the thing is, guys, we're not trying to get rid of every weed. We're just trying to keep the weeds at bay, you know, prevent infestations and that kind of stuff. And that's obviously, guys, this isn't something that you would want to spray 75 acres with or something, but shoot, for small acreage, this works all day long. So one other thing I wanted to show you with this spraying setup, this is actually the next day, but I haven't put the video up yet, so I figured I would add this in. I've got about 3 gallons left over in here, and we all have places that need to be backpack sprayed. This is actually a battery powered sprayer. I'll put a link to it in the description. This thing is sweet. What I do on my drain here, my 45-degree petcock there, I just have a short little hose here, I don't know, what, 3 feet long or something, and open my valve and drain any leftovers into my tank. Just wanted to show you all that. I know it's not anything crazy, but it is helpful. So there you have it. Well, that's going to be it for this video. I've got to spray another 5 acres over here, which is my pasture. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching, and if you find this kind of content entertaining, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you next time on the Skyline Acres VA channel.